I do appreciate the recognition, but I won't keep this stuff. This will go to my mom, and this will probably go to my son, because I'm very uncomfortable being here with you guys. I do not rock with the police, but I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to say these things, and I just want folks to know that they don't keep us safe. We keep us safe. Riots work. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Alex.
I can take this with me?
This is for you.
Thank you. Y'all be safe out here.
Great work.
That's Minnesota resident Alex Mingus. He apparently does not rock with the police. That's a very basic fact that this interim police chief, whose name is Jeremy Ellison, wished he was briefed on before he decided to give Mr. Mingus the microphone, a podium, and several minutes to speak about how he feels about the police. Now, by the way, he was being honored by this police department. Keep that in mind as we watch how this whole thing began. Because as you can see, he's standing there in his smashed white supremacy t-shirt and with a medal around his neck. Let's watch how he got to that point with that t-shirt and that medal. Watch.
Thank you for being here today as we present Alex Mingus.
Yep.
Alex Mingus with the Chiefs Award for Valor. Alex, you displayed great courage during an extremely dangerous situation involving gunfire. Congratulations. I'd like to give you an opportunity to say a few words.
Yeah. I appreciate it. I feel like I did what anyone would have done with the little bit of training that I have. I'm a certified firearms instructor. I work in this high school in Minneapolis. I'm a dad and a husband and a wonderful community member. That day, 9 of your squad cars raced past us as I was flagging them down. It said in the letter you sent me. And that was a potential of 18 people. 18 people could have stopped to help preserve life. But 18 people chose to go to a potential threat.
So he was breaking down one of his frustrations with the police. This is before he then went on and talked about, I don't rock with the police, riots work. That was in the first video, Jesus. Let's get the details of what it is that he's talking about. 18 people that potentially drove by a dangerous situation to save life. Here we go. Mingus was driving with his wife to work when he heard gunshots and followed a red van that left at a high rate of speed from the shooting, is what Ellison said. The van later stopped and a man who was bleeding profusely exited the vehicle and asked for help. Ellison said Mingus wrapped a shirt around the shooting victim's arm and tried and slow the bleeding. An artery in the victim's wrist had been severely damaged by a bullet. Doctors stated that the aid provided by Alex prevented this man from dying. A heroic act carried out by Alex Mingus there, who then was honored by the police with that medal, with the plaque, which he's gonna give to his mother and his son, because he doesn't rock with the police. There's more that Alex said, because he spoke with this on-site media, public media group about what it is that he felt. But before that, just the immediate reaction here to this situation where I'm sure that interim police chief Ellison was like, damn it.
Yeah, I think that brother came to the press conference prepared to go viral. And he did his damnedest too. And you could tell he's nervous. He doesn't do a lot of public speaking, but he's just saying like these guys, they call themselves heroes and we put ourselves in the line of fire and the duty and the honor and blah, blah, blah. The, Minneapolis finest or St. Paul's finest or whatever. And when it comes down to actually performing a heroic act, like 9 officer cars, 18 officers drove right by and sort of neglected their duty. And so I can understand what he's saying. And that bit about riots working, I think he's saying that it gets people's attention. It forces a conversation about the way in which police are conducting themselves and policing themselves. And so I understand his message, and the idea that It's tough. Like as a black person, it's tough to go in public and be like, yeah, I really love police. That's just a hard thing to come out and do when you're black.
Well, actually, also when you've seen what Alex has gone through, because he spoke with, as I mentioned, he spoke with this on-site public media group. And they asked him further what his mindset was and what he was thinking as he went into that. He gave some great details for people who are thinking, oh my God, how dare this guy disrespect the folks who are trying to honor him. Let's go to the background of things that he's seen and been, because I've talked before about how if you see kids or any other folks get harassed or assaulted or see their friend or family member get murdered by police, what do you think they're gonna end up becoming? And what do you think they're gonna end up thinking about the cops as they grow up? Well, he was talking about his mindset and why he did this. Let's watch this.
They wanted to do it inside. I did not want to go inside the building.
What was the building?
It was like their police department headquarters in St. Paul.
Why didn't you want to go inside the building?
I didn't want to go inside the building because I am terrified of the police.
Why are you terrified of the police?
I'm terrified of the police because George Floyd, Sandra Bland, Tamir Rice, Dante Wright, Amir Locke, Kobe Eisler, Justin Teagan, Sherelle. Yeah.
Okay. Say no more.
Yeah.
So you said we're gonna do it outside.
We'll do it outside. And they seemed okay with it. And it's funny, like you would think somebody on their end would have been like, let me just look in Facebook and see who this guy is. Because it wouldn't have been very many scrolls to see how I feel about cops.
Yeah, he was nervous. He was trying to figure these things out, and he knows what has happened in the past. Again, he's up in Minnesota, Minneapolis, St. Paul area, and I think another name he couldn't. He was trying to think of all the names. Philando Castile, same type of situations where you've seen this happen, and you're not sure the situation that you're going to get yourself into, and also he can't allow himself to act like he doesn't feel the way he does. Anybody who knows him would be like, Alex? Who is this guy? There's one more piece here because again, I want to show the human side of this guy because people may have their wherever side they want to think who he really is and what he believes. There's more personally about what he's experienced and why he feels this way. One more video.
And you see, I grabbed my hoodie and grabbed the little thing to the truck, and then I back out. Well, then as I'm getting ready to pull out of the parking lot, I see your camera person there, like getting their bag together. I'm like, I felt like I can't leave them here.
Yeah.
So I stopped and was like, we'll give you a ride to your car. Yeah. So she finished packing up and then threw her stuff in, jumped in, drove down the block, dropped them off, and then I just cried.
What were the feelings that came over?
I mean, just like, I don't know, man. It was just all the emotions, all of the times I've had to explain to my kids about police killing people that look like us, all the, a cop having a gun to the back of my head and them screaming for me to give them a reason to kill me, being cuffed to the bus at 16 because I fit the description. Like all of these things just come and cause I felt like, man, I was in like enemy territory.
It's like trauma, but people don't understand that sometimes.
Yeah, obviously this guy's had some real run-ins with the police, and so therefore, these events that happen across our country have a triggering effect on the guy's mental well-being and his emotional well-being. Like when you've actually felt like, yo, my life is about to end right now at the hand of a police officer, it's understandable that he would hold animosities towards the police. Like, I mean, just put it like this. Just think about some of the animosities that some people have towards, say, black people, who they've never even dealt with them, lived in the same neighborhood, nothing, and they have resentments towards black people. So you can imagine what a guy who's literally felt like he was about to die for no reason at the hands of police, how he might feel about police.
Yep, and it's just a matter of what it is. So if you want these types of things to stop, maybe let's change the way that we approach certain folks. Anybody, let's keep it real, not just certain folks, anybody in your policing. Based off the stories that he told, it's traumatic. These are humans. We can still accept, the only way we can still believe that it's just out of pure anger because he wears the blue, it's just because you're gonna ignore their humanity.